What's going on? What's up, guys? What's up? What's going on? It is a Black Label Society kind of day. It is a Black Label Society kind of day! Ah! Okay, I'm calm now. I'm calm. It's okay. So, the order is here, and the album is here. So, let's discuss what has happened, and let's discuss the merchandise. Now, obviously we have we have a few things here. Boy, a clock would look really nice, wouldn't it, with that neon glow? We obviously have a few things here, okay? So, let's talk a little bit about those things. And first we will get this puppy open. We'll get this bad boy open. Now let me be a little cautious here. Let me be a little cautious here. Do. All right, we got it open. We got it open. It took me so long just to realize how to open this freaking thing. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Sorry about that if it was like really quiet. Sorry about that. My fault. I must have hit that when I started. My fault. So if we open her up. Oh! 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 Yep. Yeah. Fuck yeah. By the way, I know I've said this before, but just so you all know, Moist Critical looks pretty much identical to the other guitarist in Black Label Society. I know I've said this before, but I'm just throwing that out there. If you want to start making your comparisons. And that's a huge compliment to both people, by the way. Both people are freaking awesome. But anyway, yeah, it looks just like him, doesn't he? Even the nose and everything. Beard. Same beard. Alright, let's look at this. Here we go. I'm talking about Dario, by the way. Alright, here we go. What the fuck? This is the coolest record I've ever seen! Holy shit! Oh my god. 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 Holy freaking crap. Wow. That is cool, man. It's really bright in here. It's like a deep orange. It's a deep orange. It's not light like that. I just calibrate things. Hold on. That's what it freaking looks like, man. Like, what the heck? How awesome is that? You get what I'm saying? How cool is that, man? Alright. Wow. Oh, and then we got lyrics on the back. That's awesome. This is quality. It's like all of it's quality too. None of it's like tearing. It's like quality stuff. Alright, let's see what's on the other side here. I mean, obviously it's probably just made the same color record, but different sleeve. Yeah. So we have a similar sleeve here, obviously, which, by the way, this thing looks really awesome. But, you know, you got the band on the back, so. It's probably going to be the same sort of thing, though. Yeah. So, I mean, like, how cool is that? Oh, wow, this one's deeper. Hold on. These are pretty unique. Oh, wow. Okay, so this one just looks really cool. Look at that. Heck yeah, man. So let's talk about this is wow, that's really I don't know, I might even like this one a little bit better. This one's really cool. I like the contrast. Yeah. It's really cool. Okay. So let me get this back in here. Oh yeah. Man. Man. Black Label Society is my favorite band, by the way. In case you guys don't know that. So let's talk about the order. So here's the deal. Once again, I want to remind everybody that the company, the distributor that BlackLabelSociety.com goes through isn't them. It's a third party company that does this sort of thing, and so it's important to remember that when I say certain things, it's for to try to get the word out and stuff like that, and not to criticize in a way that would make people look bad. Obviously, the point is the point is that if you say something enough times and it's still not working out, something's going on where the person's not finding out about that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of my my aim with that. So just understand that. So let's talk a little bit about the order, okay? This is incredible. This thing, like, look at this thing. Look, like, this thing is awesome. Look at this thing. How cool is that? So this very, very happy quality fits exactly right, exactly how it should. I can't express how annoying that is with t-shirts. This is actually a great fit. Obviously this, so let's talk about this. So that's the Name in Blood coffee mug that they have. And let's talk a little bit about it. Now, again, I don't think this is the normal thing. I think this is because something happened where, if you guys were following along a little bit, my order got set aside and I had to contact them, yada, 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 okay? So I think this may have happened because of that, but again, that would be my criticism, and hopefully people find out. I'm going to properly report, but sometimes it's hard because they didn't answer certain times, and it took them a long time, and oftentimes I'd have to send an email to get them to answer. So it's the sort of thing where I feel like it's a bit of sweeping under the rug, if that makes sense. So again, my point is awareness to the maybe the band or people that might manage it or something like that, just to the point that this might be happening, because I don't think they're aware is kind of my point. So this mug is I don't know if you can see here. It's sort of hard to see, but can you tell it's actually cracked? And it is so hard to tell. There it is. You can see it. There it is. See it? Right there. That's actually a crack. And I thought it was just like something on there, and then I went like this and took it's cracked. So I'm like, crap. So basically I'm gonna wash this a few times and it's gonna crack some more. That's what you gotta realize about ceramics. So I'm not trying to be a jerk or anything. Like, I don't even really care that much. Like, like if it maintained its quality, I'd be like, hey, cool. There's a crack, whatever. That's character. I literally wouldn't care. But the fact that I know that washing it a few times, it's just gonna crack more and eventually become unusable. And especially the side where I would be, I mean, I guess I could do it left-handed, but I'd rather not, do that every time. And not only that, but not that I can't. It just, it's the sort of thing where, you're used to drinking your coffee a certain way. Regardless, I'm very happy with the quality of it. I don't even though like it is sort of one of those 12 ounce, like it's obviously a 12 ounce. It doesn't feel small for some reason. I don't even know why. Maybe it's the handle. Because a lot of times the handle, I can't even get 3 of my fingers in there. I have to like two like it's just absurd. But this one's a bit bigger, so that's kind of nice. Like obviously I can't get my 4th one. That's a bit tough, but I can get 3 fingers, and so like that's okay, fine. You know what I mean? It's more that like trying to hold it instead. I just feel like I'm holding a toy. If like what is this thing? Like in Men in Black when Will Smith gets the noisy cricket. But anyway, let's continue on here. The mug is good quality though. I'm actually perfectly happy with it. It's just I know that crack is gonna get worse. That's so obviously shirt's cool. There was something missing. Now we're gonna get to this, but they literally just didn't ship something, and it wasn't obviously I didn't even order the freaking clock, which is why they set it aside. They were trying to give me a clock. That's fine. But it was apparently out. I didn't even order it, and they had set it aside because of that. And now I actually didn't get and was charged for the poster that I ordered. I ordered a poster. And I have it right here on my packing order. It says it right here. It says it's supposed to be in here too. So, unless they packed it inside the hoodie, it ain't in there. Okay? Like, that's it. There was only 3 things in the box, and there's 4 things on here. That's a very, very basic screw-up. So please, please, please check into this. Please, for the love of God. This is such a basic screw-up on logistics. There's 3 items in the package, but only 4 on the slip. Or, I'm sorry, 4 in the slip and only 3 in the package. That's not good. That's basic math. Oh, there's 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. That is basic confirmation. I mean, we did this stuff. This is stuff that you do at restaurants. To make sure. You know what I mean? Like this is basic. You know what I mean? Make sure. This is the most basic thing. Is like, well, are all. If there's a quantity of so many in the bag, and you can look at that, and you can look in the bag really quick and be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's a quantity of 6, and that's at least some type of verification process. That's better than nothing. That is a very basic verification process, and then there's a detailed packing slip that clearly lists the poster right on here. Like, all the items are very blatantly listed. And the poster is on here. It's I'm looking right at it. So, somebody stole the poster. Just like I said, because I was supposed to get this, it should be in the package. That's inventory that is now unaccounted for. I should have it, and I don't. Somebody stole it. Just like the clock thing. That was an excuse. to set it aside. And again, I got a cracked mug. So the point is, I was right. I think they didn't have any of it. They found this cracked mug somewhere. You know, it was one of the broken ones. They didn't have any, so they threw this in there. They didn't have the poster. They couldn't come up with one, so they just screw it. We'll ship it like that. I swear to God, like, it sounds kind of like that, because everything that happened, I have to add it up like that. So I'm not trying to be a pain in the ass, but this has escalated. And not only that, we're talking about a company where we looked on the Better Business Bureau and there's already two F ratings where people are like, this company doesn't even answer you when you order an entire thing and you try to ask them, where's my order? They don't even answer. And that was exactly what they did to me, over and over and over. Only when I, was sort of like, well, I'm going to report this if you don't answer. I mean, obviously, if you took somebody's money and didn't send them an order, that's pretty serious crime, and you're just getting away with this. And I pointed out that there's plenty of scam shops all over selling their crap on, like, Amazon and stuff, and it's like one-off items that are just showing up, and you buy it, that one item, and it's gone. There's no other. And it's like, gee, I wonder how they're doing that. Because you know full well that the fans that get their shit at the shows are not, they're not doing that with it. They're not, there's no way in hell. So, just an awareness thing. I am sorry that I have to do this, but this is pretty serious, man. I don't get a poster, and then all that other stuff. There's gonna be a lot of problems. I foresee. I'm just trying to help. Truthfully, I'm trying to help. I really hope that that this gets locked down quickly. So, that's the intent. I just figured I'd let you know that Flat Out didn't even get my poster after all that, and a cracked mug. So anyway, let's get this open. We gotta. I'm opening it now. Wow, that's actually pretty nice. So this was the St. Patrick's Day thing that didn't come in time. I was going to wear this on St. Patrick's Day. Didn't come in time. I mean, it's cool as hell, but yeah, like, they literally just for no reason sat my order aside, and then I didn't have this for St. Patrick's Day. Like, I literally wanted to St. Patrick's chapter the, but couldn't do it. Yeah, and then we got the sleeve too. Here. That's pretty cool. So yeah, there's front and back. So yeah, I mean, like, this is actually awesome. Oh yeah, that's nice. So I'm actually really very happy with the quality. Tell if it's stained or there's definitely spots on it, but it's not that big a deal. It's just like here on the hood. I think it's just a mistake in the stitch. I think it's just a darker stitching, actually. I don't even think it's a stain. I think it's just a mistake. But everything else, like, it looks really good. It's pretty good quality. I mean, it always is. That's kind of the point. So, anyway, Nothing's gonna be perfect. I don't expect that. Um, and honestly, the like I said, the spotting, the spots there, that doesn't bother me at all. Most people, I think, will be like, "Oh my gosh, it's new. It's supposed to be immaculate." Yeah, like I mean, no, who cares? I don't care about that. Do not care about that. Again, the whole point of the crack, I wouldn't even care. I literally wouldn't even freaking care. It's just that I know flat out I won't be able to use the mug very long. And that's what sucks. I wanted this mug for a while, you know, like obviously I wanted it as long as I could, you know, until it breaks, I guess, you know, and it's already came broken, you know. So you get the point. Um, I mean, all in all, I mean, it's awesome. Pretty obviously pretty happy with the stuff, and still grateful that they have the shop. It's just you know, I'm starting to realize why stuff is almost never in stock. Like you know what I mean? Like beyond what you'd expect, if that makes sense. Obviously, certain things are limited. They're not going to put certain things out all the time. And not only that, you know, especially when new albums are coming out, obviously they're gonna want to put that merch out and be producing that stuff, you know. So that makes sense that some of the other stuff might, but I'm just saying, like, there's definitely, like, you know, like I said before, always been an issue with trying to get, like, it just always says out of stock. That's all. You know, like, it's not, you know what I mean? Like, the problems, like, a while back, it was just more like, you know, it was always out of stock. You know, like, it wasn't like, you know, like, lots of issues or anything like that. It was just like, well, I mean, I was going to shows like crazy anyway, so I didn't need to, but that was always the thing is if I just wanted, you know, to just get some gear, I couldn't do it, like, pretty much ever. So, and it was, again, it was only ever because they're always sold out. And so my point is, again, it just briefly, if you didn't hear the whole thing, originally what happened was this company, Sandbag Limited, that deals with their merchandising and stuff like that, they sort of messed up the order, you know, just kind of, you know, it set it aside, and the whole thing was weird because it was a free gift that they were giving with the order, and they set it aside because they didn't have this said free gift. And so, like, that's really suspicious. Like, any you know, like, that's like just like logistics 101 crap. It'd be like saying that, you know, like, if a company has a free insert they're putting in there when they run out, they're just not going to ship any more stuff. It doesn't make any sense, you know? Like, they would obviously recognize that the clock is something that they're, you know, for X amount of time they're giving it away for free or something like that. It's a promotional or something like that, and that's what it was. And it was just added randomly, and I didn't order it. It was $0. And the whole point is, why can't they see that? So, and that's, the clock's not on my order. It's not on my list. That's not one of the 4 things. Trust me, it's not. There's only 4 things on that list. And so the whole point was that, you know, that was really weird that they set it aside, and then they didn't answer. There was several online reviews from the Better Business Bureau already, basically stating from people that they ordered a bunch of stuff from a band and other, you know, stuff from this company, and similar sort of situation. Didn't get the order, and when they tried to reach out to them, they didn't answer. And so thus I found that those two exact reviews, the same thing that was happening to me. So I reached out again, stating that to them that I was gonna go the same route and just go Better Business Bureau and stuff like that, and then they finally answered, and again with this claim of oh, it was set aside because something's out of stock, yada yada, didn't answer. It was just this long, every time it was a long process each time of getting the person to tell me it's a scam. Like it's like blatantly a scam. What they did is they took my order. Like my email is probably on some scammer list somewhere. So these guys work at Sandbag Ltd, and they have my email on that list. So they have recognized me for some reason as one of those emails that they have. They grab the order, and what they do is they take everything from the order and just claim that, like it's, like I said, oh, we're out of this or whatever. So they pick the clock, because obviously the clock is something that they didn't have. So therefore, they can scam it. Yeah, they don't have it. And not only that, they don't have it. So therefore, it doesn't matter to them because they don't need this, they're trying to sell this stuff. So the whole point is they take all the stuff. They take this, they take the hoodie, they take the poster. And the whole point is they probably had this, the hoodie, except the poster to replace by the time they were sending the order. So therefore they sent the order minus the poster and just... And my point was, the whole thing was suspicious to begin with, because why are you setting it aside for something I didn't even order and it's a free... so again, it's blatantly obvious. This is pretty elementary. You got 4 things on there, and you got 3 things in the package. You need to do some. You need to go back to elementary school. 3 plus 1 is 4. Okay. I did some math for you. 3 plus 1 is 4. So where's that 1 that I'm missing? Where's that? So the point is, they originally took all the stuff out and they started selling it one-off on Amazon, and all these other, third-party sites where they can just sell stuff. And this is what I kind of noticed. I had pointed this out previously that Black Label Society doesn't really do that. They have their official shop, and even Zach is telling you himself, you get the merch when you go to the shows. That's pretty much what he's always said, too. And so this is not correct. Something's going on. And I remember some fans talking before about, seeing people like doing stuff like this and selling even fake stuff, and so that's not okay. Fake stuff's not okay. They're using their brand, and then the whole point is they're not seeing any profit from that. That's not okay. So you can't. The point is, you can't, if you see that stuff like I have. That's where I'm trying to call this out. And again, that's where I'm coming from. I really don't think it has anything to do with the band or anything. I think somebody's just scamming that whole process, and that's why they're always out of stock. I swear to God, I really think that's what's going on. Because this is so basic, man. How do you make such a mistake? I'm not trying to be rude. It's no rudeness. I'm not. It's not how I meant it. I just it's incredibly baffling. You get what I'm saying? And in the box that I got, it's not even the box, like a a rolled up poster, I don't think it was folded, it might have been rolled up, it probably wouldn't even fit. Like the whole point is, like, it just, everything was a little off. Just like I said, the cracked mug and everything, too, doesn't bother me. It just, it's a little off, you know, considering everything. That's all. Because, like, if none of that happened and it was just the crack, I'll order another one day. But, like, now, you know what I mean? Like, now it's just sort of kind of like, it's too many things. It's too many things. It's too many. and truthfully, I don't, absolutely do not believe at all that has anything to do with the band, and because I've never experienced this except through trying to order it. It's never the quality of the merch that I, you know, saw at the table at the shows and stuff like that. I have pint glasses. Now they're wearing off, they're old, but I have Black Label Society pint glasses that I got from Spencer Gifts, like, I don't even know how long ago. And they were great. I mean, you know. So it's, again, it's not like I've never gotten anything else that was, like I said, the belt buckle, I mean, that's pretty decent. Obviously, that's just a hunk of metal, but, yeah, I don't have problems with it or anything. You know, like, that's the whole point. Like, for the most part, things were really good quality. So that's why this is just so strange. It really is. And like, you see it. I mean, geez, this is probably the nicest record. Seriously, I'm not just saying that because I'm biased. You guys know I don't do that. I think that's blatant. You know I don't do that. I will tell you, this is probably the nicest record I've ever seen. And you guys know, I haven't even shown you that. I have, that's the Elden Ring, and it's badass. Oh, it's badass. This, oh man, this has a little bit of an edge on it, I think. I like this one just a little bit more than that one. And those look badass. They do, they look badass. I'll show you one day. Remember, I told you to go get them, because they're limited. Get them while you can. It's all quality, all of it. The CD is too. This comes, by the way, if you're somebody that, I'm actually thinking about doing this myself. If you're somebody that does this sometimes with albums, you know, like I obviously have the record here too, so you know, they did this for those that do that sort of thing, and this is awesome. So when you open up the cover, it's a mini poster. Isn't that cool? I think that's so cool. And you still have the info and stuff, but I like the you can make it a mini poster. It's really cool. So yeah, like that's awesome. So, you know, you buy the album, you just have yourself a Black Label Society poster. Isn't that sweet? I think that's pretty freaking sweet. So there's just too many good things to say, obviously. You know what I mean? Like, it is phenomenal. There's different, I think there's actually different covers, too. If you go and you look, I don't, they were probably limited, so maybe they sold out, but, if you look, there are different colored, covers for this album. Released a bunch of different colors. Pretty cool. The vinyl, too. I'm sure some people are looking at that going, what the heck? Some people are looking at it going, what the heck? Yeah. They do have like a lot of them I think are what's the color? It's like charcoal, right? It's not actually like black because it's you can, it's sort of translucent. But yeah, like they look sort of black. But there's the orange one, and I think there's another one. I think there is. I think if you look, I think there's another one. So check it out. I don't want to be wrong with the color. Pretty sure I know what color it is, but I don't want to say it, and I'm right, because I can't speak for it. I don't actually know 100%. But I'm almost certain there's a third, at least a third color for the record. Oh, we got the Shellback Espresso today, by the way. Sorry. No Valhalla Java. I finished it. It's gone. Yeah. So, Shellback Espresso today. I normally have some Valhalla Java, though. By the way, that's his coffee. Well, it's from Death Wish. But it was actually like designed, with him in mind. So, the Valhalla Java Odin Force blend. That's the one. That's the one. That's the one. So yeah, man, this is so nice. Oh yeah, guys, Ozzy's song is out. The trailer. I'm sorry, the trailer. The video. If you guys want to watch the video, it's out. There's a song on the new record called Ozzy's Song. And it's really, really good, obviously. And the video's out. It's really good. Really good. Ozzy would be very, very proud of that. So yeah, Broken and Blind, Name and Blood, The Gallows, Lord Humongous. These are the these are the videos. These are the songs that they want you to listen to, and I want you to listen to them too, because those are like the really good ones. Ozzy's song was really good though. Man, that's so cool. I love you to open it up. It's just that. Includes that. It's a Black Label Society day. Yeah, I actually do like it. I mean, like I said, it's really nice. I'm gonna show it to you. But yeah, I mean, it's okay. I'm not mad or anything. It's just it sucks. It's disappointing. It just sucks that man, I didn't have a cool poster to show you too. But again, it's okay. I'm not mad at obviously it's not their fault. you know, they they expect um the company to take care of it. I would. Um, so anyway, I'm just letting you guys know, for the sake of letting you know, to to help out. So where the heck did I? I'm gonna grab something. Give me a sec here. Okay, sorry about that. So these are freshly washed. So I just wanted to show you something since you never get a chance to really. You probably see the top of it, and you never really get the chance to actually. Um, so these are just a couple of these. Just a couple of these are the actual tour shirt. Sometimes I would just get a Black Label Society shirt, but a lot of times I would actually get the tour shirt. So this was the Pedal to the Metal tour. So a lot of times it'll actually, if you see what I mean, it'll actually have like the tour on it, and it's pretty freaking cool, obviously. And then you get that on the back. So that's that one. Um, and then yeah. So this is Black Label Bash. Black Label Bash. This was 2009. This was 2009. So there's that one. And then we got Bam. Which one of these is correct? I've been to so many that I'm actually because there's actually several on here that it. I think this was New York. I think for this one it was New York. So it would have been right there. Pretty sure. Pretty sure this one was New York. But yeah, 2009 was this one. I've seen them, like I said, I've seen them at like a big center. I've seen them at small venues. If it's the one I'm thinking of, this is the one that I told you about that sort of blew me away. Where I saw them in a ballroom. I think that was the ballroom tour that I saw. That's why I said New York, because I'm pretty sure that was that one. If not, there was a time. I don't think this was it, but there was one time I saw them at. I think it was Hard Rock, and it was on the boardwalk. It was a Hard Rock cafe that was on a boardwalk somewhere. So that was pretty cool. I was actually like vacationing, and they were playing near where I was vacationing, and I was like, duh. Duh. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure, like I said, I'm pretty sure that was Hammerstein. Hammerstein Ballroom was what that would have been. If that is what I think it is. But like I said, there was so many, I've seen them like, the Philadelphia area is probably like, you know what I mean? Like, that's obviously, you know what I mean? Like, there's been quite a number of times for that, so. Like I said, way back in 06, that was actually Ozfest. So, the Ozfest I saw them at was 06, right before Shot to Hell came out. Because I remember, like, the big 8-ball, you know, they had the pool table on the cover, the nuns shooting pools. and so they had, you know, a pool ball, like an 8-ball, for the, like, they had floaty things. They're like beach balls. And actually, they actually had some of them they threw into the audience. People were hitting those things around. That was awesome. But, you know, it said Shot to Hell and had the release date on it, and so it was pretty cool. So I remember that. That actually, it probably is Hammerstein Ballroom. I think that's what that was. So if that's the case, that was Clutch. The night I saw them where Clutch was also. That was awesome. That was freaking awesome. But no, the Pedal to the Metal. What year was that? That was '09 too. Wait, were these the same year? Did I get these at the same one? No. I saw them twice in the same year. That's funny. Yeah, because I didn't get them at the same one, I don't think. There's no way. Yeah, 2009. Does it actually... This one doesn't have dates on the back. It just says bands, I think. Oh, no, it does have dates. Yep. Yeah, I saw them twice in 1 year. Yeah. Because, here it is. Remember, I told you this one I remember because this one was the big center, and I know where that is. I remember this very vividly. Lots of Static X fans. Lots of... I mean, Wayne Static was there. That was Wayne Static, man. And then this was, I guess later that year. Because this probably would have been early in the year. Wasn't it? Oh no, it was mid. I think it was like June or July it said, right? I'm not undoing it. I don't freaking know. I mean, that was... That was 16, 17 years ago, man. Give or take a few months here and there. Shh. and the troll that watches the stream and adds likes to the stream just to remove them later removed a like somewhere in between me talking about the fact that I saw him twice in 1 year. What the heck is that? I'm sorry that I wanted to go see my favorite band a lot. I'm sorry. Not. Not. Yeah, I always remember everything about the concert. But sitting here, I've been to so many, I haven't the slightest clue at this point when some of, like, what, you know what I mean? Like, because there's literally been more than I can count on two hands. So if there's more than I can count on two hands, I start to kind of lose track. You know, I mean, again, I saw him twice in 1 year, and there it is, you know? So. And then, what, this one I'll open up again. So actually, this one was earlier in the year. It actually just says March through May. And that was July, I think, was the Pedal to the Metal. So this was just before that, and yeah, that was it. Yep. That was definitely when I... Yeah. Yeah, I think that was Hammerstein Ballin. I think it's pretty definitive. Like I said, it's either that or the... There's a Philadelphia one on there. I think there's a Philadelphia one on there. The one, cause I think. I mean, I've been to several in Jersey. You know what I mean? Like they've been to, cause you know what I mean. Like Jersey isn't. You know what I mean? So I think Ozfest '06 was actually in. I think that's. I think I was in Camden for that. Think. I'm pretty positive. I was in It was Camden for Ozfest '06. Pretty positive. I didn't have in '06. I was lucky I had a ticket, man. I didn't you know, I had just graduated high school not that long ago. Not that long before that. And so, you know, there wasn't like, you know, this established really anything, you know. so I just was lucky enough to have a ticket. So I can almost guarantee I was like completely broke and probably couldn't. I was probably lucky enough I could if I could buy a soda or something like seriously. I was probably completely broke. So I definitely don't have any like shirts or anything from that. Unfortunately. But you know, I mean, like I said, a few of the shirts that I got over the years were just Black Label Society shirts. But a lot of the times, I would get a, you know, a shirt like that. So that's why I just wanted to show you kind of what they looked like. A lot of times they're unique. You know, they'll have a unique design like that, and they look really cool. So obviously the Pedal to Metal, that was Mudvayne headlining that. It was Mudvayne, Black Label Society, and Static X, in that order. So, yeah, you know what I mean. Like it was probably like a sort of thing where, you know, Zach. It's not like he was necessarily, you know what I mean. Like I don't know that was them doing that design or anything like that. So I'm just saying, with that one in particular. But if they're headlining it, obviously that's different. You know, obviously that's probably different. So, don't know. I just knew that there's so many shows that I've been to that I you know, it just I lose I lose track there. I can recall all of them as I think about them. You know, again, as that from the experiences. The last one I went to. By the way, I knew I was sort of harping on Gremlin's tits. I was joking. That was all. I was joking about that. I hope that's understood. Like that was like part of the whole thing. Okay, obviously. But that I actually think that was the last show I went to, and that was the night before. I swear to God, this was the night before the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, and I was in Philly for a Black Label Society show, and that was I saw them with Corrosion of Conformity opened, and obviously Black Label Society, I really like Corrosion of Conformity. I've always listened to COC. Redemption City is probably one of my favorites. I like Redemption City. Anyway, that was great. That was awesome. And that's probably the most recent show that I've seen. So that was pretty recent. But still at this point, a couple albums ago, if you want to call it, like, in terms of albums. That was Grimace Tits. So you have Doom Crew Incorporated after that, and then now Engines of Demolition. So yeah. But I liked I liked Grimace Tits. That was funny. I don't actually. I liked Trample Down Below is really really freaking good. But I mean, like, that one actually had some really good, like, slower ones. Because I like it when Black Label slows it down. I like it when Zach does that with the songwriting. Because he's just so good at it. So I don't mind it. It's incredible, actually. So yeah, I liked the slower ones on that, actually. But I mean, I liked them all. Well, that was cool. I like that one. You know what threw me off? So here's what's so cool. I like. I wonder how many people can hear this about Zakk Wylde. This is something I love about Zakk Wylde that I feel like a lot of other people can't appreciate. Like, obviously the man picks every note. Like, obviously we all know that, right? I hope you all, like, that's the reality, is the reason the solos sound the way they do and stuff like that. He actually picks and he plays it that fast. It's kind of incredible. So, like, the point is the fact that he can actually do that. And keep up with it instead of just, hammer-ons and stuff like that, just tapping and stuff. It's like just the degree of skill put into it just for the sake of wanting it to sound that way. I mean, that's awesome. I love that about him. But the thing that I think that people don't necessarily recognize, or maybe they do, I hope they do, is that the guy is like, he's literally like he's like a metronome playing guitar. Like, he doesn't understand how to play at the wrong time. Does that make sense? Like, you know what I mean? Like the thing that drummers do, like keeping time, he just has such an incredible ability to hit that note at exactly the right time. And like I said, there's always like these fractions of a second that you can be on or off and stuff like that. And it actually can be calculated, believe it or not. And I promise, if you calculate it for him, the funny thing is, sometimes he's so dead on, the fractions are so long, it's actually so far, he's actually that freaking accurate with his picking. It's that incredible. So I think people can't appreciate that, or maybe understand that fully without understanding the math side of that. So that's all I'm saying. Again, I don't think he necessarily goes for that. It's just that he's so relaxed and practiced at what he does that just happens, you know. And again, the point is he wants you to hear every note, just like I've talked about with when he actually plays a chord and he strums it. You'll actually hear every string versus other people's tone. And I'm not trying to throw shade on anybody, but you know, there's plenty of times where I heard a guitar tone and I'm just like, is it in tune? I mean, I'm not trying to, like, the guy plays fine. It just, like, there's something off with that sound, you know? I love how much of a perfectionist he is without even really trying it. You know, he just does his best, and you know, that's you know what I mean? Like when you're actually humble about it, you listen to criticism or, you know, like something like that. It's the sort of thing where you know, people say perfection can't be obtained and stuff like that. Yeah, for the most part, you really can't. But those times where, like, in life you have an example of somebody that just you know, just keeps moving forward, working really hard, and being humble about it, and listening to advice or criticisms and not giving a, you know, because it, you know, like that's kind of the point. You gotta, and if that actually happens where you don't have this ego about yourself, you'll find that you can get a lot closer to perfection than others can, if that makes sense. Obviously there's nothing that's perfect, but you know, you'll get closer than others will if you you know, you just put your ethics and your hard work into it. And so, like, that's the point. Everybody recognizes Zach is pretty much the hardest working guy in metal. He always has been. There's really no question about that. Yeah, anyway, just the point is that, you know, you really hear it in the playing, the fact that he is like human metronome, you know, just playing everything. It's awesome. And so basically off of that, the riff that, like, starts Name in Blood, that riff, the dun 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 dun, that little riff, that little intro riff, before I saw him play it. Now maybe he's just doing that because he was showing how to do it in this video. And maybe he's just playing it like that because he doesn't have the vibrato on. I don't know, but either way, when he was playing it in the video, the whole point is, I thought that was vibrato. The whole point is his picking is so dead on. I thought it was vibrato. I thought it was echoing it back. But I'm pretty sure after seeing him play it now, he's just strumming it that way. And he's that dead on. I thought it was actually he's able to actually do it that way and make it, you know what I mean? And make it actually sound like that. That's the point. So and it's not like there's not other times, you know, phony smiles and fake hellos. You know, that I'm pretty sure he's using, because I've seen him play that live several times, and I'm pretty sure he's just doing don't don't. You know, like it actually is that time, but no, like that's my point is I really thought I really thought that's what I'm using that. That's vibrato, right? I'm pretty sure I'm using that one, right? I thought that was so cool. I thought that was so cool. I try to be as politically correct about that stuff as I can be. Um, I'm pretty sure that's the correct usage of vibrato, right? Yeah. Yep, exactly, yep. Pretty sure. Because, you know, like, it's... The idea is it's mimicking what you would do with your voice, like, you know, like vibrato in the voice naturally when you put vibrato, and you know, because it would naturally occur sometimes sort of at the end of singing something. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, that oscillation. So I'm pretty sure you know, like it's called that with, um, I mean, I could be wrong. Could be like just delay or something like that. Um, I wouldn't even know how to look something up like that. I'm probably just saying it wrong. I had a terrible guitar teacher. That guy was terrible. That's why I didn't play guitar. Well, keep playing it. You know, like as much as drums or other stuff. Um, I love it. I do. I just had a terrible teacher and thought I was bad at it. So, it's like ever, I just didn't want to do it. Um, and then later, I picked it up again and realized that I was taught wrong. Taught me wrong. And then for like all these years, I was trying to do this thing wrong, like just like the way I was playing was wrong, and I'm like, oh god, I'm I'm not gonna be able to reprogram this now. Like I just it what a waste of what a waste to do that. You know you know what I'm saying? I just so I decided, you know, obviously I would just focus more on drums and stuff like that. But I mean, it's not like I didn't play ever and keep playing. It's just I didn't do a lot of soloing and get too heavy into um, you know, that type of thing. You know, progression and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I could play stuff. It's not very good. Um, like I said, I was actually good at drums. Uh, I was always I could always carry a pitch to but the whole singing thing goes out the window anymore. I need to get my teeth fixed. That is that is gonna forever make that worse and worse and worse. Look how white I am. If I'm white, if I'm like this white on here, I'm like really white on everybody else's screen. Holy crap. Look how white I am. Why did I do that? Did you see how white I was? There we go. I'm not so white anymore. I don't actually look that white. It's like, it was just like really poorly. That's a lot closer to... I try to get it. I try to get it pretty, like, color accurate. It is a little bit more yellow. I actually just try to get this color accurate. For the most part. I mean, you guys know I add a little bit more brightness, but that's pretty much it. Oh, there we go. Who's that? Now it's a lot more color accurate. If I take those down, like it gets more kind of obvious. See, there you go. There's your color accuracy. That's pretty dead on. So, but I turn it up just a little. I like a little bit more. I just brighten things up. So, yeah, I'm extremely happy with the order, man. I actually, I think I'm gonna go, when I get off stream, I'm probably gonna, like, literally blast it very, very loud. You know, it's always awesome when, again, this Black Label Society is a band that I've discovered that a lot of people still haven't heard about them. Still. And at least in the States, they're very, very known in other parts of the world. So. And every single person that I actually can get to sit down and listen to it. You know, they're not looking at their phone, they're not distracted otherwise. They love it. But I've found that people that are distracted will often just be like, "Yeah, that was okay." They didn't listen to it. They just heard some music in the background. They didn't actually, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's becoming lost and it needs to be found again. You know, the want for people to appreciate, you know, what the artist did with the art, you know, and actually listen to it and appreciate it. You know, just like looking at brush strokes on a painting or something like that, you know. It's the same sort of thing. So, you know, kind of think about it like that, you know. Oh, he chose to bend the note that way, and then progress that way with it in the solo instead of how somebody else would or something like that, and it sounded great, you know, and you know, and then likewise the feeling in the song, the meaning behind the song, the lyrics, what we just heard, you know, and why that's the solo, why it sounds like this, you know, and just all that, you know. Definitely fun thinking about that stuff. So that's definitely what I want to be doing, blasting that, and just enjoying the new tunes. So yeah, we'll probably get off stream. I'll probably get off stream here. I don't really have anything else for you. I really just mainly wanted to get on here and remind you guys of the new album and you know, update you since I was telling you about the order, update you and tell you about the album and you know, like again, I shared what the shirts actually looked like with you instead of just sitting here with the shirt and you can barely even see it. So you know, again, they're really cool. You know, and like I said, this one's pedal to the metal, so that's not even really, that's more of a tour design shirt. But again, like just these custom ones, they're always that he always does, like again, just like this one was. You know, he I don't know if you can tell, like he's sort of like, you know, you know, like zombified sort of in that. He does these really custom. It's really cool. They're always really cool. So I just wanted to throw that out there. That, you don't have to be concerned. You know, if you go to a show, you know, is it gonna be as cool as the stuff on the shop or whatever? Yeah, if actually might be more so. So I'm just you know, throwing that out there. Don't worry about that. And they'll probably have plenty of it. So, yeah, there you go. I think that's everything. I think we're good. I just wanted to just think for a second and be sure. I'm pretty sure that was everything. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah. Alright, guys. Well, I'm gonna get off stream. And, you know. Go get yourself Engines of Demolition. Because it's freaking awesome. See you guys. Bye.